Hello everyone, and welcome back to Monster Manual Arts MMA. Moving on to level 4 this time, and let's just go ahead and go over what we did. Mostly the only big change were our characters got their ability score increases or feats. In this case, they all got a feat of one sort or another. For Ereneth, I gave her the spell sniper. So basically, she's gonna ignore cover with her spell attacks. If she's within 5 feet of an enemy, she doesn't have disadvantage on her attack rolls with spells. And when she casts a spell with a range of at least 10 feet, she can increase that spell's range by 60 feet. So she's going to be staying back as she usually does. With Neha, where are my traits here? There we go. I gave her Inspiring Leader. So when she finishes a short or a long rest, she can give an inspiring performance, a speech, a song, a dance. And when she does so, she can choose up to 6 allies, which includes herself, within 30 feet who witness the performance, and they gain temporary HP. So right away, I went ahead and I gave everyone the temporary 7 HP that they would get for that, because I'm just going to assume they're starting this from a short rest. Trigva the Thunderer. I wanted Trigva to be a little more beefy. I want him to take less damage. So what I did is I gave him the Heavy Armor Master, since he's already wearing heavy armor. And with this, when you're wearing heavy armor, then you take any bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage, you can reduce that by an amount equal to your proficiency bonus, which at the moment is just 2. So it's not a lot, but at the same time, that should help keep him up a little longer, especially since he's going to be on the front line. Now with Neville, I gave him, where is it here? I gave him Speedy. So when he takes the dash action on his turn, difficult terrain does not cost him any extra movement for the rest of that turn, and opportunity attacks against him have disadvantage. So that right there, that's going to help him, since, he constantly gets into trouble. And I'm actually going to move him right here for a moment. And you'll notice that I have a nice big circle going on here. That circle is, I'm working under the assumption that these characters, because I've done encounters in the past where the enemies will surprise the players, but you know what? The players can surprise the enemies too. So what I did for this is I'm working under the assumption that Ereneth gave Spider Climb, cast Spider Climb on Neville, so he has climbed up and he's on the top of this building. So he's probably like a good 10 to 15 feet up, I'm just going to say. And then Ereneth casted Silence in this area here. And I'm actually going to move these guys because it wouldn't make sense to cast on them, especially when I'm working under the assumption that these guys are like talking and planning. But she cast Silence in this area here so that Trigva can sneak up in his heavy plate armor. So now we're going to go ahead and we are going to roll initiative. I will fast forward to that. Alright, so here we are. Unfortunately, a lot of our characters rolled abysmally. There were very few people who, even with the disadvantage of surprise, were only rolling like 2 or 3. So this ends up being our initiative right here. So we're going to go ahead and start with Neville. We're going to say these guys are surprised, so they had disadvantage on their initiative rolls. And he's going to go ahead and he is going to throw a couple daggers at the scout there. Oh, I'm going to go to combat. Duh. Alright. Soul Knife Blade. Main hand. Oh wait, that's damage. Whoops. So a fumble. However, I keep forgetting he has luck. When he rolls a 1 on a d20 test, he can re-roll the die, but he has to use a new roll. So he is going to go ahead and do that. 16, that's going to hit that scout. They don't have a lot of AC. Fumbles. I'm trying to remember, is luck a certain number of times per... No, he can just do it for anyone. So he can basically never roll a 1 unless he does it twice in a row. So he's going to go ahead and re-roll that one. 25, that's definitely going to hit, so we'll roll that damage for both of those. 6 and 1. So that's 7 off the scout here. So that's 9. So now Niha's gonna come up. And she and Aaron and Araneth have to be careful, because if they're in that circle of silence, they're not going to be able to cast certain spells. But she's going to go ahead, and she's going to Shield of Faith herself, which I believe is a bonus action. Let me just verify that. Shield of Faith, yep, bonus action. So bonus action, Shield of Faith, and then she's going to go up and she's going to mace that other... or she's going to mace the same scout that... Oh, yeah, the one that Neville hit. So it's a crit. We're going to roll that crit damage. 5. Not a lot of crit damage on that, but okay. Alright. Next, the warrior veteran has gotten wise to what's going on. So he's going to actually move over here and start swinging on Niha. And he has multi-attack, so he's going to swing twice with his greatsword. 8 and 6. Those are both going to miss. Okay, it's a scout's time. Let's see here. She's going to go ahead and disengage. Well, actually, no, she's going to swing with her short sword. She's in danger. She's reacting. 12. That is not going to hit Niha, I believe. Yep, I put 14 for her AC. Alright, so now the other one is going to disengage. And let's see, so that's 5. I'm going to say she climbs up a good... Yeah, she's going to climb up to the top of this one here. If we're assuming that these are only like 10 to 15 feet tall, which I think is generous, she should be able to do that. But of course the disengage was her action, so no, she can't do anything. Trigva is now going to come up, and he's gonna take a swing at the veteran here. And actually, no, he's gonna action surge and take 2 swings. So 11 and 16. I don't think those are gonna hit. Nope, neither of those hits. That was a waste of an action surge. Okay, Araneth. She's gonna go here. Actually, no, she's gonna go over here, so that she's kind of out of the range of that. She's going to have half cover against that, but she can definitely hit those 2. And she is going to go ahead. The first thing she's going to do is she's going to use her, and not empowered spell, where is it? Innate sorcery. So that's her bonus action. So now she has advantage on attack rolls for sorcerer spells. And she's going to go ahead. Let's see here. Let's do something a little different. She's going to go ahead and do... Yeah, let's just go with Sorcerer's Burst. So let's not waste a spell slot. 24, and we're going to say that's on the veteran. We'll roll the damage for that. 3. I know I should have declared that ahead of time, but that's kind of what I was thinking anyway. Not that it does much damage. Okay. Back to Neville. Neville... Let's see. I feel like Neville's going to... He has spider climb, so let's see. He goes down 15, and then 5, 10, 15, wait, no, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, and then let's just say 10 up, so that's going to be 40 right there. Because he has an increased movement speed thanks to his feat that he took. And he's going to go ahead and do 2 melee attacks. And unfortunately for him, he moved, so he doesn't get advantage, but he did get that soul knife offhand damage. So that's another 3 on that scout there. Oh, wrong one. Alright, Niha. She's going to go ahead and take another swing at that scout. Oh, wrong. And actually, she... second. She's going to go ahead and use her War Priest bonus action. So that's going to make it a +1 to roll and hit. And she's going to go ahead and mace that one again. But not with the fumble like that. So she misses on that one, and that was her bonus action too. The veteran, I think, is going to keep swinging at Niha. Oh, that's initiative. Sorry, I'm a dum-dum. So attack 1, attack 2. One of those is going to hit. So that's 6 damage on Niha. See, that temp HP came in handy. That's the power of prepping for in a counter like this. So Scout 1 is going to go ahead and try and short sword Niha again. And it's a multi-attack, so that's twice. They both hit. So that's 11 damage on Niha. Alright, next. The Scout up top is now going to switch and attack Neville. 12. One of those is going to hit. So that's 4 damage on Neville. Oh. Alright. Trigva. He's going to go ahead. Let's see here. Let's see, Psionic Strike. Yeah. He's going to go ahead. He's going to swing with his flail. And he's also going to add the psionic damage to that. So we roll the damage. Then we roll the Psionic Strike damage. So that's 8, and he has 1 less psionic die. So that's going to be 56. Wait. No, that's going to be 54. IR smart. I can has math. Alright, Araneth. What's she going to do? I think she's going to go ahead. You know, she is going to go ahead and do a magic missile on that last scout. Actually, wait, how much is that scout at? Not that she knows, but she'll know if it's bloodied. Yeah, she knows it's bloodied. She's going to do 2 missiles on that one, and then another one on the veteran there. So 1, 2, and then 3 for the veteran. So that's 9 on the scout, 3 on the veteran. So this veteran is, or this scout is dead, and the veteran takes another 3 damage, bringing it to 51. Alright, back to Neville. He's going to go ahead and give himself advantage because he's not moving. So it's going to be Soul Knife. So it's going to be, oh, stop doing the damage core. So 18 is definitely going to hit, and he's going to do that. 24 is going to hit, so we have that, and then 1d6 sneak attack damage. So 7, 8, 9, 10, that's 11 against that scout. So that scout is now bloodied and basically surviving on by a thread. I think at this point, if I was DMing this, I would have the characters disengage and retreat, because they're down heavily and they're outnumbered. But that's just me. So Niha is going to go ahead. Actually, she's not going to cure wounds herself. She's doing pretty good. So let's go ahead and let's just she's gonna poison spray that she's gonna poison spray the veteran. But 8's not going to do the trick. Does she have any bonus action she can do? Action. Shield of Faith she already did. Oh, yeah, you know what? Yeah, she's gonna... Well, no, that's a waste of a spell slot. That has concentration, so she can't do that and Shield of Faith at the same time. Okay, so that's gonna be her turn. Warrior Veteran's gonna keep swinging at her. He's had success so far. So Great Sword, 8's not going to do it. 23 is. 13 damage against Niha. Okay, Niha is hurting a little bit. The scout is still going to be trying to fend off Neville. Critical hit against Neville. And 12's not going to do it, but let's go ahead and roll that crit damage. 10 damage on Neville. Yeah, that extra 7 temp HP really helps. Alright, so that was the scout. Trigva is going to keep swinging away. 22 is going to hit. 11 is not. And then he'll use another psychic energy die to... Okay, so that's 14 against the veteran. Wait, wrong one. So, 1 is 50, 40, and then another 2 is 38 if my math is right, and I hope it is. Alright. Iran Araneth. She's going to go ahead. She's going to use her action to Healing Hands Niha here. Wow. 2. That's big numbers there. That's okay, because now we're back up to Neville. Neville's going to give himself advantage again. Oh, wait. Why do I keep doing that? So, 15 will hit, and then offhand's going to hit, so that's damage, and then 1d6 sneak attack. So 4, so that's 8, that's 16, so that scout is dead. So dead. Alright, next, going on to Niha. She is actually going to make use of her magic item, the Preemptive Health. She's going to use it on herself, so that's 7. And then, is that a bonus action? No, that's a regular action. So, but I think her healing is bonus action. So yeah, she's going to go ahead and Cure Wounds herself. I'm pretty sure that's a bonus action. Oh no, that's a regular action. Healing Word is a bonus action. Okay, she's going to Healing Word herself with a first level spell slot. So that's 12 that she's going to recover from that. So she's back up to full health. Alright, Warrior Veteran. Again, at this point, these guys would have bugged out by now, but he's going to swing another couple times at Niha. Both are going to hit. 10 and 7, so that's 17. And that's why healing is important. Okay, Trigva. He's going to... The heck? Ah, there we go. Flail attack, 17. I'm pretty sure that's going to hit. Yep, 17, that's going to hit. Roll that damage. And you know what? He'll use another Psychic Energy die because he wants to bring this guy down. Psychic Strike, 16. He probably could have used some dice to help Niha, but, you know, hindsight. Oh, so it was 38. So 16 is going to be 22. Alright, so next. And you know what? I think Iran Araneth is just going to go ahead and Magic Missile the guy. Finish him. 9, 10, 11. So he's down to 11 now. I'm also trying to change it up. Like I feel like Magic Missile on that last hard difficulty last week was a little cheesy. So I'm kind of going by the unofficial rule of I'm going to try and not use the same spell twice in a row, especially if it's a guaranteed hit. So now Neville Deep Hollow is going to chuck a couple daggers. He's not going to move, so he has it. And I did the damage again, so attack. So with advantage, that's 22. That'll hit. 23 will hit. So damage, and then sneak attack. Even if it rolls 1, it's going to be 11 damage. So that veteran is dead, and that is a success for this encounter, which makes sense because it was an easy encounter. I'm going to go ahead and remove this hex for now. Alright, so I will go ahead, heal all my folks up, and set up the next encounter. Alright, we have our next encounter here. This is our medium difficulty encounter. Couldn't really find too good of a combination, at least not without like rehashing some creatures. So I went ahead and I did a unusually photorealistic hippopotamus because I could not find D&D artwork for one. And then 2 juvenile fairy dragons, or excuse me, young fairy dragons, I believe. Fairy dragon youths, there we go. So we have our initiative order here. And no sneaking or disadvantage now. It's just, you know, they leave camp and they encounter these things. Niha has, of course, given them an inspiring speech. So we're going to go ahead. Fairy Dragon is going to go ahead and move forward. Yeah, it's actually going to move right here. And it's going to use its euphoric breath. It's a 15-foot cone, which should go ahead and let's see. Yeah, it's going to go ahead and do the euphoric breath that way. And then what kind of save is that? That's a wisdom save. Alright, so everyone make wisdom saves. Oh, what's the DC for it again? 12. Okay, wisdom save of 12. Neville, wisdom save. 14. He's going to make it. Trigva, wisdom save. 10. He is not going to make it. Wisdom save for Iran. 21. She is going to make it. Oh, and Niha, wisdom save. Probably going to make it. 16 is going to make it. Okay. So, the euphoric breath. Let's see here. I don't remember what that is. Okay. Target has the incapacitated condition until the end of its next turn and uses all its movement on its turn to move in a random direction. So Trigva has basically lost a turn. But now, oh no, not what I wanted. So the next fairy dragon, oh, no wonder why I have the wrong button, is gonna go up. Come on, there we go. It's gonna go up and it's gonna try and do the same thing. It might be able to try and get all of them. Come on, snap to center linger. So, oh yeah, that's gonna get all of them. Okay, so once again, so it doesn't really matter for Trigva, but once again, wisdom saves all around. 25, gonna make it. 6, not gonna make it. And 5. Okay, so all of the characters are basically incapacitated right now except for Niha, and they're going to go and start walking in random directions. Alright, so that's going to bring us to Neville. So let's do this. We're just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's going to use all of his movement in whatever random direction I roll. So 1, so let's go ahead and, so yes, 40, oh, wrong dang button. Okay, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and actually, I don't like, let's do this. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. There we go. That's his random direction. Trigva, same thing. Just going to do a 1 through 6 again. Okay, 2, so 1, 2. Well, he can't exactly do that, so we'll just keep going. Okay, so 1, 2. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3, or 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Yeah, we'll say he's like right there on the edge of the building there. Alright. And now the hippopotamus. Why is the hippopotamus allied with fairies? Who knows? So what is even the Hippo's speed? Because he's kind of in the water. Yeah, it's just 30 with the same swim speed. So let's go 5, 10, 15. And he can't get past. Oh, actually, they're small, so they can move in the same space. Or the fairy dragons are tiny and the hippo's large, so he can move in the same space. So hippopotamus. Gonna do 2 bite attacks against. Let's do Iran. Hippos are nasty, by the way. Okay, so one of those hits, that's 15 on Iran Araneth. Okay. So next is going to be Iran. She is, once again, one of the few people not affected by this. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. Because she can't move through the other spaces, kind of. 2. So 1, 2. So 1, 2, 3. And that's going to be an opportunity attack from the hippo. 16, that's gonna hit. Ooh, 19, that might be Iran Araneth down. Oh, no, not quite. But now the next problem is that she's about to move out of the space of the Fairy Dragon too. So that's gonna be an opportunity attack from the Fairy Dragon. 6, okay, but it's gonna miss, so let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Okay. Niha's in a bit of trouble here. Okay, what is she gonna do? I think she's gonna Shield of Faith herself, so that's gonna bring her AC to 16. That should help a little bit. Then what can she do? You know, she can actually wait. Hold on a second. Maybe not Shield of Faith. What are her healing abilities? So. Cure Wounds is touch. Healing Word is ranged. And that's a bonus action. So she's going to go ahead and range heal Iran. And she's going to do that 2nd level spell slot because, god dang, Iran took so much damage. Okay, so 7 healing for Iran. And that was a bonus action. So now she's going to take a swing at the... Honestly, she's going to take a swing at the hippo, I think. The only bad thing is that now she doesn't have her +2 AC, and AC is kind of her weak point. 14, I think the hippo... That's going to make it. Okay, let's roll that damage. 6 damage on the hippo, so that's 74. Got a long way to go. Alright, now Iran... Oh wait, now we're back to the top. So, Fairy Dragon Youth, let's start with seeing if the breath recharges. 3, it does not recharge. So it's going to take a bite attack against Niha. 24, that's going to hit, so it's 5 regular, 3 psychic, that's 8 damage on Niha. Okie doke. Next Fairy Dragon. I think the Fairy Dragon is going to fly over and start doing the same thing. Let's see if this dragon's breath recharges. 4, it does not, so it's just going to do another bite attack against Niha. 18 is going to hit. So that's another 7 damage. I was wondering why she was at 30, and then I remembered she has the temporary HP. See, that temporary HP saved Iran. I never underestimate temporary HP. Okay, Neville D. Apollo. He has recovered. So he is going to bonus action dash. He's going to come up beside, and he's going to try and take out that other Fairy Dragon with his main attack. Okay. 19's definitely going to hit. And that's 7 damage. He does have an ally, so he does get the sneak attack damage. So So 1d6 sneak attack, so that's 7. So that's 10 more damage against the Faeria Dragon. Alright, next, Trigva. Trigva is pissed now. So 5, 10, 15, 20. And he... Actually, you know what? 25, 30. He's going to start whacking away at this hippopotamus here. And he's going to action surge to attack twice. 11, 12. I don't think either of those is going to hit. Nope, 14. Okay, Trigva... God, Trigva action surges and misses so often. Okay. Hippopotamus is going to switch its attack to Trigva because he just took a swing. So, attack 1. 20 is going to hit. Attack 2. 17, that's not going to hit. Oof, 22 damage on Trigva, though. That is not great. But again, that temp HP helps leaps and bounds. Okay, Aran Araneth. I think the first thing she's gonna do is healing hands herself. Oh, wrong section. Healing hands. Let's see here. She can only do it once, and she's gonna go ahead and do it to herself. So that's 7 for her. Okay, and that's an action. So now she needs a bonus action, hopefully. Yeah, let's I wish I could sort these by bonus action. I don't have them all on the action thing, because otherwise the combat thing would just be like chock full. Ooh, bonus action Dragon's Breath. Remind me what that does again. You touch one will increase till the spell ends. The target can take a magic action. Okay, that's not gonna really help her at this moment. So I think that's just going to be her turn right there. Niha, she's still doing good. She's gonna use her bonus action to make her weapon a +1, and she's gonna go ahead and swing at it with the mace, the Faeria Dragon to the right. But 7 is not going to do it, even when that becomes an 8. Okay. Back to the top. Faeria Dragon. Shrink down. There we go. Okay, we're just going to go ahead and roll for both dragons right now. So 5, that gets a recharge. Okay, so both of their breaths recharge. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and they're gonna try using it again. I think they're just gonna both focus on these two here. So let's go ahead and do wisdom saves for Neville and Niha. Neville got a 1. He's incapacitated again, and Niha hopefully will make it. 17 is gonna make it. Okay. So Neville's not doing great right now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. It wouldn't be so bad if he didn't have so much movement. Okay, Trigva is gonna switch and he's gonna try and attack that Faeria Dragon. Let's see here. Actually, he took damage, didn't he? Yeah, he's going to go ahead and bonus action Second Wind to get 4 damage back. And then he's going to take a swipe at that Faeria Dragon next to him. 20, that's going to hit. Roll the damage. 7. So 7, that's going to be 28. Yeah, those Faeria Dragons are dangerous. Okay, Hippopotamus is still going to be focusing on Trigva. Attack 1. Oh, critical. That's not going to be good. Okay, so crit damage for that. And then regular damage for that. Trigva is down. He is down hard. And in fact, because of the way it works... Hold on a second. So, 20 damage. Oh, so he's just... Okay, so he's down... But he doesn't get a automatic failure because that first one didn't put him down all the way. It's the second one that, destroyed him. Okay, so Trigva is down. You know what? Aran Ereneth is going to bring the cheese here. Let's see, 28 damage. Normally a player wouldn't know this, but at the same time, they should probably know like which one has more damage, like just in terms of like looking. Like they're hopefully you're keeping track of like who's taking what. But she's going to go ahead and get rid of that Faeria Dragon. She's going to second level cast the magic missile, so that's 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 9. 9, 4 is 13, and 3 is 16. So that's going to be 12. Alright. Next, Niha. She is going to go ahead and Healing Word Trigva to bring him back up. She's going to do that as a second. That's her only, I think that's her last second level spell slot. So that's 11 health back for Trigva, so he is back up and running. Stabilize, 11, heal. Oof, boy, this is getting a little rougher than I thought it was going to. Okay, and then she's going to use her regular attack to attack that one Faeria Dragon there. That is not the right character sheet. Alright. Mace. 24 critical hit. We'll take it. 5 damage. Not enough to bring it down, but... Okay, that is hurting right now. Let's see. So that was Niha. Back to the Faeria Dragons. Let's go ahead and roll to see if they recover. 1, nope. Nope, they don't have their thing, so they're just going to keep biting Niha. So I'm just going to go ahead and do the first one. It's critical. Roll the damage. 9. Second one. 14. That's not going to hit because she has Shield of Faith up. Oh, although... Yeah, hold on. She needs to make... I forgot she needs to make a con save because she took damage while Shield of Faith was up. So let's go ahead and do a con save. 9. Okay, so she doesn't have Shield of Faith up. That second one's gonna hit. So 9, 10, 11, and 7 is 18 damage on Niha. Oh, wait. Oh, god dang it. I can't remember what she was at now. God, can anyone remember what she was at? Okay. We're just going to go ahead and call it 13. I know it's probably higher than it should be, but the stupid thing was only at 1. Okay. Anyway, moving on. We're going to give him a small reprieve. Okay, he's going to swing at that... Actually, yeah, he's going to swing at the Faeria Dragon. Well... Your second wind. Let's see, how many times can you do that? Okay, he can use this feature twice. So you know what? He's going to second wind right now for 9. Okay, and then he's going to swing at that damaged Faeria Dragon. 17, that's going to hit. 8 damage, Faeria Dragon is dead. So at least they killed something. Okay. Hippopotamus is going to keep attacking Trigva. 14, not going to hit. 14, also not going to hit. Alright, thankfully Trigva has a lot of armor. So, Ran Ereneth. Let's see here. Yeah, you know what? Let's do this. She is going to position herself here, I think, and she's going to go ahead and Burning Hands. That should go ahead and hit both of those. Ooh, but it might, you know what, she's going to risk it and hit Niha too. This is kind of like an emergency situation here. So the DC is a Dex 14. Hippopotamus. And dexterity for hippopotamus is terrible. Okay, hippopotamus is going to get hit. Faeria Dragon. Dex save. 6, that's going to make it. And then sadly, Niha. Dex save. Dex is not her friend. 13. Oh, wait, no, it was a 14, wasn't it? Hold on. Oh, yeah, 14, so Niha gets hit. Okay, so what's the damage on that? 5. Yay. Come on, roll 20. Oh, this is because I have the wrong thing. Yeah, because of course it is. So 5. It's going to be 69. Nice. And then Niha. Well, we'll consider that equalization for. Oh, did I skip Neville? Didn't I? Yeah, I skipped Neville this turn. Down. Okay, so 2, 3, 4, or yeah, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, and he's going to go ahead and do a dagger throw. Soul Blade. It's going to be 12. That's not going to hit. Okay. So now Niha is going to go ahead and do... Let's see, that's an action. Yeah, she's going to preemptive health herself. 5. So 5 healing. Okay, so she's back up. What does she have for bonus actions, though? War Priest, which is already active. Okay, so she's got nothing else. Faeria Dragon is going to go ahead and just keep biting Niha. 8, that's not going to do the trick. Okay. Neville, because we skipped him, so now we're right back to him. He's going to throw both of his daggers at the Faeria Dragon. It's 9 and 13. I think 13 is going to hit. No, 13's not going to hit. Oh, so he missed on... Oh, wait, but you know what? He didn't move this turn, so let's go ahead and roll that first one again, because he has advantage for not moving. Also not going to hit. Good try, Neville. Good try. Trigva, he's just going to keep swinging away at this hippopotamus. I don't think he has really much else. Yeah, because he used his second wind. 8, not going to hit. Okay, Araneth. She's going to go ahead and actually, wait, hold on a second. She's going to do a regular magic missile on the Faeria Dragon. So 1, 2, 3. So that's 6, 7, 8. So that is going to be 17. Man, this is almost turning out to be a hard encounter. Okay. Did I skip the hippopotamus? Hold on a second. Magic missile. Yeah, I skipped the hippopotamus. Hippopotamus attacking Trigva again twice. 20 and 24, both gonna hit. And he is down again. So Trigva. So he can take the 18. So once that 18 hits, he's gonna use his reaction to do the thunder damage. So that's going to be 1d8. Okay, so that's going to be 7. So before he goes down, the hippo is going to take 7 thunder damage. So that's 62. And then Trigva goes down. Alright. Araneth. Oh wait, did I ever do her? Yeah, because I skipped her and I had to go back to the hippopotamus. So now we're on Niha. Okay, she's out of second level spell slots. She's going to go ahead and Healing Word with a first spell slot on Trigva. So that's going to be 7. I think she's running out of spell slots too. Okay, so let's see, because she did Shield of Faith. She's done like 4 healings, or she's done 2 healings at level 2, and then a third at level 1. So she's got 3 spell slots left. Faeria Dragon Youth's gonna go ahead and just try and bite Niha. 15. That's gonna. We know. Oh no, her Shield of Faith is down. I forgot that. So that's 3 damage on Niha. Okay. Next up. Okay. Oh yeah, Neville. He's gonna keep throwing daggers at that Faeria Dragon. 20's gonna hit. 10's gonna hit. So damage for 1, damage for 2. And then, of course, the sneak attack damage, because he did not move at all. So he did that with advantage. So that's 9, 10, 11, 12 on that Faeria Dragon. Alright, this is almost over. It's getting there. Let's see here. Neville went. Okay, so Trigva. Trigva, can you do, like, something? Anything? Let's see. He's out of second wind. Yeah, you know, he's going to swing again with his flail. 18, that's going to hit. And he's going to go ahead and use one of his psionic die to add 1d6. I know that was the wrong one, but it's 1d6 either way. So that's 10 damage on the Hippo. 52. Alright. Hippopotamus is going to bite Trigva twice. 20 is going to hit, and that's probably going to put him down. 23. Yep. Alright, so he's actually going to turn that second bite towards Niha. 10 is not going to do it. Iran. God, Iran's not supposed to. She's done 2 magic missiles. She's done a burning hands. Yeah, I think at this point we're just gonna Sorcerer's Burst that Faeria Dragon. Alright, it's gonna hit. It's 1d8. Really? 1? Okay. Thanks, Iran. That was useful. Okay, Niha is gonna just take a swing at the Faeria Dragon again. Actually, you know what? She's gonna Guiding Bolt that thing, because... Actually, no, she's gonna Guiding Bolt... Yeah, she's gonna Guiding Bolt the Hippo, I think. First level, though, because she's out second level. 16, that's gonna hit, and then everyone has advantage against it. Okay, so 21 radiant damage on the Hippo. So that's going to be 31. Alright. Hippopotami are dangerous. Okay. Faeria Dragon Youth is going to go ahead and try and bite Niha again. 23, that's going to hit. Roll the damage. So that's 8 altogether on Niha. Okay, that Faeria Dragon needs to go down fast. And hopefully Neville will be the one to do it. So Soul Knife with advantage. 22 is going to hit, so we don't have to roll again. 15 is also... Actually, is it 15? Shrink down. Come on. Roll 20. Why are you so slow? Yeah, 15 is going to hit. And I think the damage here is going to be more than enough to get rid of that Faeria Dragon. Yep, that is 1 dead Faeria Dragon. Alright. So now, Trigva has got to start making saving throws. 1 success. Okay. Hippopotamus is going to go for Niha. Fumble. 18's gonna hit. So 17 damage on Iran. Or on Niha. And that's gonna put her down. Alright. Iran Araneth. Oh god, she is... You know what? She's gonna use her last first level spell slot to Magic Missile. 2, 3, so 8. and 4 is 12. So that's going to be 29, 19. Alright, Niha's going to start making those saving throws. Saving throw of 13, so it's starting to turn around. Oh, Faeria Dragon we can get rid of. Neville's going to just kind of keep throwing soul knives. Fumble, although he has advantage because he didn't move. So 16 is going to hit, and that's going to be with the first one. So that's 8, and then sneak attack damage. It's going to be 10 damage on the hippo. So we're down to 9. This has been a tough one, but I think they're making it. So Trigva has got to make a saving throw again. Okay, that's 2 saving throws. Hippopotamus is going to turn his attention to Neville, because he's the one throwing daggers at it. Attack 1 is a crit. Attack 2. Okay, so crit damage. Oh my god, Neville. Oh no, Neville. Neville, poor Neville. Neville is definitely down, and I think that's a negative saving throw, because... Oh yeah, oh wait, no. No, it's not, because he has the temp HP. Yeah, because he had 7 temp HP and 29 health, so he's fine. He doesn't take a... Okay, so what are we gonna do here? Oh, you know what? Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Bonus action, Celestial Revelation, Heavenly Wings, and she has a fly speed. How long does that last? For 1 minute. Okay, so she's gonna do that to give herself a fly speed, and she is going to be like a good 15, actually no, let's just gonna say 20 feet up in the air here. So that hippo is not gonna hurt her at all, like, because it doesn't have a ranged attack, and so she's just gonna keep sorcerer's bursting that. 11, not gonna hit. Yeah, at this point it's over, because with a minute she's just gotta keep rolling. So 24 is gonna hit, and that's 7 damage. Yeah, again, like, I suppose if I wanted to be kind of a dick of a DM, I could have the hippos start attacking the down players, but I feel like a hippo just as an animal would be trying to fight whatever's attacking it, because like right now these things are down. It's not gonna worry about that when it's being shot at from above, but it can't reach, so it would run away, and all Iran has to do is just keep doing the sorcerer's burst on it. It's a cantrip. She has unlimited of it. So this is over. This is a very hard fought victory. It actually almost has me just a little bit concerned, because that was the medium encounter. Like geez Louise, that was, for a medium encounter, that was rough. That was so rough. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead. I'll reset these guys one more time. I'm gonna give them their spell slots and their temp HP back, and then I will see you guys in the next encounter. Okay, so we're going to do something a little different for this. This map is technically supposed to be a swamp. I'm going to play it as if they're on plains, just because the dinosaurs, like the Triceratops in particular, has like a charge attack, and I don't think they have swim speed, so we're just going to go with this. We're theater of the mind, if you will. But yeah, we're gonna send a Kuato whip and 2 dinosaurs, because what D&D campaign wouldn't be improved with dinosaurs? But we have our initiative here. We have the Ankylosaurus up top, and he unfortunately doesn't have any sort of charge thing, so he's actually just gonna come this way. And these are huge creatures, so they're taking up like a decent amount of space. He is going to take a couple tail swings at Trigva, so 1. 12 is not going to hit. 20 is going to hit. And he's going to go and roll. Oh, you know what? I forgot to do Trigva's damage mitigation thing. So that's actually going to be a 7 because he gets a proficiency off damage. So that's 7 damage against Trigva. So there's that. There's that extra health, and then Trigva's actually going to go ahead and use his reaction to do thunder damage against the Ankylosaurus. So that's 4 damage against the Ankylosaurus. So that's 64. This might not be one that the characters come away from, because this guy's beefy. So actually, no, let's see here. Yeah, you know what? Neville's going to stay there, and he's going to give himself advantage against the Ankylosaurus. So attempt 1, 19. That's going to hit. No attempt 2 needed. Offhand, 12. What's the AC on this guy? Okay. So 15, so only one of those hits, so we'll do the damage on that. It's going to be 8, and then 1d6 sneak attack damage. It's going to be 11 damage against the Ankylosaur. So 53. Alright, Niha. Niha's going to shield the faith herself, so her AC is now 16. And she's going to go ahead, you know what? She's going to be smart, and she's going to join Trigva in whacking this thing. Actually, you know what? She's going to be double smart, because she is going to Guiding Bolt the Ankylosaurus. We're just going to do first level spell. Keep it simple. Okay, so 10 is not going to hit it. Okay, Triceratops. Now, the Triceratops, if it moves 20 feet in a straight line, then it can do extra things. So 5, 10, 15, 20. So 10. Let's see here. So it's moved 10 spaces. It's got a speed of 50. Okay. So it's going to go and charge forward and attack Niha. And let's see here. So attack 1 is 13. And that's not going to hit Niha. So now it's just going to do a regular gore attack. 27, so roll the damage on that. Ooh, 30. Oh my god, 30 damage? It does that much? Okay, wow. You know, it's one thing to type in the numbers, and another to see it in action. Oh, and I forgot I forgot to give her the temp HP. Okay. So, Niha is really dang hurt right now. Around Erineth, she's going to come forward, staying just out of the Triceratops range. But she's going to go ahead and use her healing hands. So Niha gets 2 damage back. Yay. Alright. And I think... And then you know what? She's also going to touch Trigva. Because I think, let's see, Erineth. Because what is it? Her, let's see. Oh, you know, she'll use her bonus action to innate sorcery. So it's not going to matter for this one, but it'll matter in future turns. She didn't do anything that it would affect it this turn. Okay, next, the Kuo-toa Whip. Let's see here. He's going to go ahead and do a slimy glob on Niha. 15 is not going to cut it, so she is fine. And Kylosaurus is going to go ahead and keep whacking Trigva. So attack 1, 20 is going to hit. 5 damage, attack 2. 12 is not going to hit. So 5 damage on Trigva. Actually, 3 damage on Trigva, because I have to remember he takes less damage now with each attack. And let's see here. Is his Thunderous Retribution thing... Yeah, I think that's only once per long rest. So yeah, so he's not going to take a reaction then. But now that it's his turn, he is going to Action Surge, because this has worked so many times before, and make 2 attacks against the Ankylosaur. 11, 15. I think the 15 hits, right? Yep, 15 hits. So we're going to roll the damage. And then he is also going to do one of his side dice. So that's going to be 16 damage versus the Ankylosaur. Okay, so that's 43, and then another 6 is going to be 37. Alright. Neville. Ooh, what's Neville going to do? You know, he's going to stay there because he wants to keep getting advantage on his side eyes. So attack 1, 11, but it's advantage, so we'll try again. 19's going to hit. And then a critical. Okay, so damage for the first one. Crit damage for the second one. And then, of course, the 1d6 sneak attack damage. So that's going to be 6 and 9 damage towards the Ankylosaur. So that's going to be 28. Alright. I think Niha, let's see here. The preemptive health, that's an action, right? Yeah, so she's going to action herself. Preemptive health, that's 5. Oh, and you know what? I never made a con save to see if she had Shield of Faith still up. Gotta remember to do that. Okay, so 5 healing. Let's retroactive that con save. 17. Okay, she makes the... Actually, no, it was more than that because it's based on the damage. So no. So she's going to bonus action her Shield of Faith again to get her up to 16. And that's going to be her turn. Okay. Triceratops is going to go ahead and gore Niha twice again. So 1, 28, that's going to hit, and that's probably going to down her. 14 damage for Niha. Oh yeah, that is not good. And then he's going to go ahead for the second gore attack, move here, and he's going to put that on Iran. 23, that's going to hit. That plus 9 is just horrendous. 8 damage. Okay, you know what? Wait, isn't there double? Hold on a second here. Why is it only rolling 1? Oh, it's the 2 added together. I was about to say 8 seems really low, but maybe she got lucky. No, it's those 2 added together. So that's 17 damage on her. Okay, that's on me. That's my mistake. So 17 damage on her. Oof. Okay. Why didn't it take out the... Why is it not taking out the temp HP damage? Okay, so 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That is so weird that it didn't take out the temp HP damage. Did it do the same? Did it do the same with Niha? I mean, yeah, I guess it did. Okay. Anyway, that's weird. Okay, let's do this. Iran is going to... Let me see here. Misty Step is a bonus action, right? Oh, but no, she can't do level spell, more than 1 level spell per turn. You know what? She's still gonna Burning Hands anyway. She was gonna try and teleport behind them and use Burning Hands, but you can only do 1 leveled spell per turn. So let's see, where's Burning Hands? Here we go. So Dex save of 14 against the Triceratops. 1. Okay, so it's gonna take that full-on burning damage. 3d6 is 11. Oh, jeez. Okay, so that's 103. This is probably going to end poorly for this team here. Okay, Kuatoa Whip is now going to try and conjure Slimy Glob on Trigva. Critical hit. Okay, let's roll. Start by rolling crit damage. 18, but he has heavy armor, so it's 16. And he's going to use one of his psionic energy dice to reduce that further to 10. So he only took 10 damage from that. Yeah, so you know what? -3, get rid of the temp HP. Why does it not take away the temp HP? Roll 20. What are you doing today? Okay. Oh, and then there's a secondary effect, isn't there? Hold on. 1 second. I swear there was a secondary effect for Conjure Slimy Glob, but I can't remember what it is. Oh, I guess not. It's just acid damage. Huh. That's weird. Memory, what you doing today? Everything's having trouble today. Roll20's having problems. My brain's having problems. And Ankylosaurus is going to attack twice on Trigva, so Trigva's going to start having problems. Okay, so 7 damage and 10 damage is 17. And you know what? He's going to use one of his psionic die to reduce that. So let's see here. So he takes 16 damage. That always sucks when you roll like damage mitigation or damage and you roll the 1. God, this is going really poorly. This might be our first wipe. Yeah, Neville's gonna keep trying to down that Ankylosaurus. So attack with advantage. So 1, 2, 11's not gonna hit. Offhand. 15, that will hit. 3 damage. You know what? We'll take it. At this rate, it's like, these things are horrendous. Okay, that was Neville. Niha needs to start making saving throws. Success. Okay. We'll take that. Triceratops is gonna keep goring at, actually, you know what? Here's what it's gonna do. So it's going to actually back up 20 feet because it has 50 feet of move speed, and then it's going to charge forward again. And it's going to do that first gore attack. But it's a fumble, so then it's just going to do a regular gore attack. 17, that's going to hit, roll the damage. Okay, Iran is down. That is, yeah, so the first gore attack is going to do 30 damage to her. That's going to put her, to death saving throws. And then the 11 is going to make it an automatic first failure. Okay, so 1 failure for Iran. Okay, so that means Iran can't go. Kuato Whip is going to go ahead, and he's going to, let's see, he can move 30 feet, so 10... Yeah, so he's going to come around here. He'll be a little short, but he'll do another Conjure Slimy Glob attack on Trigva. 10 is not going to hit. Kylosaurus is going to keep whacking away at Trigva. 24 is going to hit. 6 damage, minus 2 is 4. Another attack. 18 is not going to hit. So that's 4 damage on Trigva. Okay. And I think it's Trigva's turn now. So Trigva is going to bonus action, second wind. So that's 3 health. Yay. Okay. Action surge. Attack the Ankylosaur twice. 21. Okay, so let's do that damage. 7 damage. And then you know what? He's going to use his very last psychic die to make it 10. This is not going well for our players. Okay, Niha needs to make a save. 2 successes. Okay. Triceratops is now going to turn towards Neville, who probably promptly shits his pants. 16. Does that hit Neville? Does Neville have 16? Yeah, that's going to hit him. I mean, it's not charging, but there's that. So, fumble. So, oh, wait. No, it's... Okay, that was the second attack. So, one of them hits. So, let's roll the damage on that. So, that's 23. That is probably going to be most of Neville. Yeah, so let's see here. Let's just do it this way. So 23, but 7 of that is going to be temporary HP. So we'll pop it back up and make that 0. Alright, so Neville is just barely hanging on. Let's see, so that was the Triceratops. Iran, death saving throw. Come on, roll 20. Today would be nice. Okay, death saving throw, fail. Iran is probably going to die. Kuatoa Whip is going to move forward and now attack Trigva with his pincer staff. Roll 20, come on. Pincer staff. Come on. You can do it. Okay, so it did it 3 times, because of course it did. Okay, so 9's not going to hit. That was the first one that got rolled. Okay, and Ankylosaur. Attack number 1 against Trigva. 19. That's going to hit him, I think. I'm pretty sure his AC is 19. Yep, that's going to hit him. Roll the damage. 10 damage. And that might be all of him. Yep, that is all of him. Trigva is down. Okay, now Neville. This is the part where if I was this rogue, I would actually just peace out. I'd be like, you know what? Live to fight another day. Bye. Okay, so double attack on the Triceratops. 14, 8. I think the 14 is going to hit. Yep, 14 is going to hit, so that was his advantage. And then sneak attack. So that's going to be 12 damage. Not that it really matters. So let's see. 103 minus 12. Oh god, don't make me math. So 10. So it's going to be 91. Oh, math, my mortal enemy. Okay, Niha, death saving throw. So she's stabilized, but she's still out of commission because that's how this thing works. 2 gore attacks on Neville. 16's gonna hit, I'm pretty sure. 13, I don't think so. Yep, so damage. It's gonna be 26 damage. That is all of Neville. Alright. Neville is down. Iran, gotta make that saving throw. Come on, girl. 1 success, 2 fails. The Kuatoa Whip is gonna make a pincer attack once again against Trigva. 15, that's not gonna do it. Kylosaur, attack number 1. 11, not gonna do it. Attack number 2. 24, that is gonna hit. And that is 12 bludgeoning damage. I think that's all of Trigva. Oh, Trigva's already down. Are they all down? Yeah, they're all down. There we go. We have our first total party kill in MMA. The victory today goes to the hard difficulty level 4. So there we go. Okay, so what do we think of what's going on here? I don't know what to really make of this, because I felt the medium encounter was actually pretty difficult. Like the players had a hard time with it. I think part of that was just the way the rolls turned out, because I think there was a lot of missing. And then there was a lot of me just being fallible and like forgetting to do Trigva's reactions, whether it was his psionic stop or the damage reduction. But I don't think the medium encounter would have become that much more easy. This one, on the other hand, like this one is 2 spec. The action economy is at least, by a factor of 1 in the player's favor. And they are just getting stomped. And again, keep in mind, this is a fully healed and set team. Like that's the one thing I was worried about, is I was beginning to think, it's like, okay, am I going to have to start, saying like, okay, the players only get so much health, so many spell slots for a hard encounter to make it harder. I didn't want to do that, because I feel like a hard encounter should be hard even if you're fully healed. It should just be harder if it's like towards the end. So yeah, this was the first total party kill. But on the other hand, this was hard, but I kind of feel like this hard encounter was not something the players could have really prepared for. It's one of those things where it's like just one of those attacks from those dinosaurs, and you know that it's taking all or most of their health bar. So I really don't know what to make of that. This is the first complete failure we've had. We've had hard ones where and medium ones where like one or two of the players go down, or they have to be healed back up by Niha. But this is the first one that just like they absolutely got stomped. Like they barely did any damage, and they're all going down in 2 hits. So yeah, that's interesting. I think we're starting to see the difficulty really come in. Like at this point, the players have their subclasses. They've gotten their first ability score increases. I gave them all what I feel was like pretty good, pretty good feats. I think one thing is I might revamp Niha and switch her dexterity score with like maybe her charisma, because I think right now what's hurting her is that she has 14 AC. She, with Shield of Faith, that brings her up to 16, but her dexterity modifier is negative. So if I could get her that extra AC, I think she'd be in a much better place. I think the other thing is when I made Niha, again, like whenever it came to a player choice, I'm like, okay, I'm going to roll randomly because I don't know what a player is going to pick. And so for her religious order, she ended up rolling for the spellcaster order. And I think it's one of those things where if I have a player and I know they want to play a war cleric, that's going to be a melee focused thing, like this, with the spiritual weapon, with having the making your weapon a +1. They're going to be melee, and I think they need that heavy armor. So I don't know. I might revamp Niha and switch her order, and well, I guess if I don't know, I'm torn, because I could switch her dexterity and give her a little extra AC, and she could just be a warcaster that's a little more casty. Or I could switch her order, get rid of like the cantrips she had taken, which I have to remember which ones I gave her. And then I could put her in heavy armor. So I don't know. I think there's a lot to keep in mind here. I think I do have to make some changes specifically to Niha, but even then, I'm not sure that would have helped this particular scenario that much. So yeah, we have our first TPK. Interesting times, but I think it does go to show you that the difficulty building is working for the most part. Because I think with a hard encounter, you have to include the possibility that your players will fail. I think even a medium encounter, your players might have the potential to fail, especially if they're doing multiple encounters a day and they're using your resources and they're not going into every fight super fresh. So we're going to go ahead and leave it at that there. Thank you for joining me as always here on MMA. If you could do the YouTube things, like, subscribe, hit the bell icon, and of course, keep doing what makes you awesome. Also, let me know what you think of my new mic. I have it right here. Yeah, look at it. It's a Blue Yeti one. I'm loving it so much. Like, I went over to my friend's just yesterday, and I showed her the St. Patrick's Day video that I made. It's the first video I made with the new mic, and she was astounded at how much clearer my voice was. So yeah, thank you for joining me. I'll see you guys next week. Keep doing what makes you awesome. Thank you very much, and goodbye.